Okay, so I haven't posted since I said that I was going to spill the beans about something because I was just intimidated about spilling the beans about the thing. Anyways, I'm going to spill the beans now. I can't exactly remember what I said in that other video. What if I just went over? Paper. Nail. Chuck stubs. Anyways, I said something in the other video about hugging somebody that I wanted to punch in the face. And I literally woke up the next morning and I was like, who am I? Some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. Some of you have no idea what I'm talking about, but you think that maybe you might have an idea. Anyways, a little bit of backstory. I'm not going to say any names here. If you know, then you know. It's not important to comment and blast this person because it's not about what these people did. It's what I did despite what these people did. You feel me? Anyways, I need to turn my TV down so I can keep concentration. Hang on. The backstory is going to be super brief. If you have a question, let me know. So I have a friend and we were friends for 10 years. Besides that, I got married in 2019 and me and my husband separated officially in March of 2023. That was really when I was like, I'm done. I can't keep trying to make this work. It was hard drugs and infidelity and all sorts of like awful, terrible things that you can never imagine that I hope that you wouldn't be able to imagine. Wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. Anyways, like I said, March 2023, we haven't been anything, even kind of, since then. Back in the beginning of November, my kids come home from their other parents' house and spill the beans to me that my best friend of 10 years is hanging out with their pappy. I don't care because I don't want him. Didn't want him at the time. It was just like, this is kind of weird. Like, you've been my best friend for 10 years. You're the person who I've vented to about everything that this person put me through. And that I'm still venting to you about. And you're sleeping with them. So in my head, they're laughing and kikiing behind my back, blah, blah, blah. I didn't really flip out. I let them know that I know. I let them know that I knew. And I just kind of left it alone. I didn't have anything to say because I was just like, you suck, you suck. There was nothing to say. Anyways, like maybe a month after that, I have to stop at the grocery store to get milk and juice. And I go to a neighborhood market that I normally don't go to. And I run inside, and as soon as I turn down the juice aisle, that bitch turned down the juice aisle at the opposite end, the exact same time. In my head, I'm like, you're fucking shitting me. I won't lie. I said something first. I was boiling. I had held so much composure. Didn't text and talk shit. Didn't post anywhere and talk shit. I was just quiet the whole time. And I was just like, this is why you ugly. Literally. And of course, she said something back. But she kept on saying something back. I hurry up, I get my milk and my juice, and I go to the checkout. We end up at self-checkouts facing one another, like walk up at the same time. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? And she's popping off and saying shit. And I'm like, you're literally sticking up for a man who doesn't even take care of his kids. And she's like, you mean you won't let him see him? Look, you can see your kids all day long, but you ain't gonna see your kids around somebody who I know acts a certain type of way. Yes, she was my best friend. Yes, she was around my kids. But there are certain activities that she partakes in that I don't partake in. So I know that when we hang out, my kids ain't gonna be around those things, okay? I know that when we hang out, she's gonna act a certain way. Now, when you hang out with my ex, I know that he doesn't have the same requirements for what people do and don't do in front of my kids as what I do. So no, I don't trust it. Plus, you've been my best friend for 10 years. I feel like that's just weird shit. I don't feel like my kids need to be around it. If long term, y'all end up being something, like, whatever. But for me, in my head, I'm like, you are not the type of example of an adult that I want to be leading my children, Anyways, nothing happened that day. I literally fled out of the store accidentally without paying. I had to call Walmart and be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I stole this. This is what was going on. I'll pay you back. Because in my head, it's fight or flight. And I've always been the one to be confrontational. But since I became a mom, I don't act like that anymore. And I wanted to act like that. So in my head, I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here, because the last thing you need is to go to jail and be embarrassed in front of the whole community that you acted an ass. Although I think it would have been justified, still my kids come first. So I left. I went home and I was like, oh, I wish you would show up in my yard. That didn't happen. Whatever. Anyways, Anyways, a couple of weeks ago, I go out with one of my coworkers and I run into one of my old friends and he's like, hey, so-and-so's here. And I'm like, I don't care. And he's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, we're not friends anymore. We were friends for 10 years. And he was like, what? Why? And I was like, oh, she slept with so-and-so. It's like, it's not a big deal. It's not like I wanted to be with him. It's like, she was my best friend. And so, I don't know, just like kind of screw her. She's like, it's just weird. I don't care. And in a couple of months, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go find her. And in my head, I was like, part of me was like, what are you doing? Why are you going to go find her? You don't want to go see this girl. You have nothing nice to say. And I was hyped up. I was like energized on the inside. And I recognized her from across the bar, even though I need glasses. She was blurry, but it was like her mannerisms that I recognized. I literally walked right up to her. And it was like literally seconds before I approached her, I decided to give her a hug instead of hitting her. And when I gave her a hug, I started crying. And she's like, oh, and she's like, I'm sorry. And I was like, it's cool, dude. Like, whatever. I don't even actually really care. You were my best friend, and what you did was fucked up. And we ain't ever going to be friends the way that we were again. But I love and care about you, and I can't keep hating you and feeling the way that I feel about you. I don't like it. It doesn't feel good. Like, I genuinely forgive you. I said it makes me mad because, like, if you ever needed anything or your kids ever needed anything and you called me and needed it, even after everything, I would 100% be there for you. And it fucking pisses me off because I thought you were that friend to me too. And I went to bed and I literally woke up the next morning and I thought about it. I was like, what did I do? I wanted to hit that girl in the face so bad. Part of me was so proud of myself. And I am proud of myself. I'm glad that I didn't hit her. I mean, that wouldn't have solved anything. And I really can't carry this hate around in my heart at all. I'm just like, finding Jesus has changed me so much as a person. Literally, last weekend, I went out with one of my coworkers again. And I saw her and I was like, I'm hyped tonight. Tonight's going to be the night. I'm going to hit her in the face. I'm going to hit all night. Up until like towards the end of the night, she approaches me from behind and puts her arm around me, and she's noticeably messed up. And the guy that she was with was noticeably being like super extra weird and clingy and like possessive of her. And I went from, I'm going to hit her in the face to, are you okay? Do you need anything? Literally, are you sure that you're okay? If you want to come home with me, you can come home with me. And that is how much Jesus has changed me as a person. Like, when they say that Jesus will make you brand new, he's totally and 100% made me brand new. In ways that don't even make sense. Like, I wake up and I don't recognize myself, but I don't recognize myself in the best way. Like, I'm not reactive to situations the way that I used to be. I used to be so reactive. And I 100%, I really do forgive her. Like, I'm not mad at her. I don't even care. Like, because, like, if God can give me all the love and grace he has through all the dumb choices that I've made, and I expect for him to continue to give me that grace, and I feel like I just need to give that love and grace to others, and that's the only way that I can explain it.